Hello, everybody on the replay, on the pre-record. Hello, everybody not watching this live, because the best thing about people who watch on the replay is that they watch from the beginning. So in a way, they're more loyal. So hello to you. Of course, the live viewers, it takes a little while for anyone to click on. And I'm a bit late today, 11:11. So there we are. Just all got a bit messy. I got here, I got set up, and then I realised that the fish filter was going a bit weird, and the pond wasn't looking correct. So I just spent a few minutes sorting out the fish filter, and that's why I'm late. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Kerry. How are you? Hello, everybody. Hello. Drop us a little hello in the comments. Oh, I'll put the invite in the comments. You drop a hello in the comments. And anybody who's got a question, of course, prepare your question or advice. And I'm going to put the link in. Let's get regular now. Join or not all, join and ask a question or offer advice. You know how this goes now. Offer advice. Click on this link. Beautiful. Hello, everybody. So, past 2 days, I've tried to make a point of getting macaw and horse video footage together, which basically consists of riding the horse round and round and letting the macaw loose and seeing if the macaw and the horse will together produce some nice photos with that little camera that I've got. Problem is, little camera that I've got, you press the button, you feel the vibration, so you know it's working. And then when I go in, this happened 2 days in a row, I must have taken, I don't know, 15 videos or something, and you get just under half of them actually record, even though the button buzzes and you know that it's recorded. So I got some lovely shots, absolutely delighted, and the camera didn't catch them. I'd have been better off with my phone. So that little camera, I'm afraid, is going to get the boot. That was terribly disappointing. I've got a Popple Guy page, Popple Guy, the blue and gold macaw. If you'd like to find that, I'll write it in the comments. In case you forget, Popple Guy's got his own page where I'm trying to put this stuff up. Popple Guy, the blue and gold macaw. And that's a Facebook page. Because you never know. We've got, so Stampede's, I don't even know if I've explained properly the structure of this place. So this is the Center of Horseback Combat, where we teach horseback combat. We teach Jigotovka, Russian style tent pegging, which has a gymnastics element. We teach horseback archery, and then we also do rider confidence. But mostly we're a horseback combat center. So you can look up www.horsebackcombat.co.uk to have a little look around my stable, see my stables and courses. So that's one whole entity in itself. Then we've got the Stampede Stunt Company, which used to be live shows like jousting and such like, but then it got into filming a bit more. And as part of filming, I told the story about the fish the other day. The fish's fault, it's ended up being an animal agency for filming, and we no longer do the jousting shows. So yeah, you can have a look at that. In fact, let's just talk about that for a little bit. If anyone's got a question, of course, come on in. So if you have a look on www.stampedestuntcompany.co.uk, you'll see all the animals that we use for filming. And quite honestly, that's the thing I enjoy most, getting the animals to do a written script, because of course animals are animals, they'll do whatever they want, and it's just down, I'm a little bit far away from the camera there, it's just down to you to set it up in such a way that it's highly likely that the animal is going to do the required action of the script. So we had, way back when, we had 2 horses running free on the beach for the foals video. So if you put it for their song Neptune, so they're singing away and these horses are crashing about in the water and then leaving the water and then running along the beach. And that was quite a challenge because they were riderless. So, and they had to follow the camera car. They couldn't be miles away. They had to be close to the camera car. And it takes a lot of effort. And then, of course, you've only got a certain amount of time before the horses run out of steam or run out of interest. And they go, oh, well, we've done this 10 times. And there you go. So the challenges are there, and you've got to have somebody at one end to set them off and somebody at the other end to catch them, and not to just run off down the beach a million miles away. So be close to the camera car, look energetic, don't run away at the end of it, and go near the band. It's quite a challenge. Second shot came along, so we got all the energy up. It's like, run down the beach, run down the beach, run. Second shot came up, and they wanted the horses standing by Yanis, the lead singer, while he sang. Well, we've just been running up and down the beach, and then they're like, oh, here will be good, and they chose a spot just next to where we've just been setting them off for the last hour and a half. So obviously they think they're going to run down the beach, but no, because now we just need them to stand quietly either side of Yanis, that's my horses, while he sings, and not run down the beach. And it's a challenge to explain to the horses, like, yeah, we were running down the beach then and we're not running down the beach now. So that was quite a challenge. And to be honest, I don't know if you remember the bit from Crocodile Dundee when he was calming the bull. Show me age now. There was a charging bull or something, and he can't. That's what I was doing. So we got the horses in position and crept away so slowly, and I was going, I can't do it for laughing. I was just whistling, going, absolutely, and I just crept out of shot, like, oh, and I was about there, just like, and bless them, the horses did stay there. So I love that. The Great is coming out, which is a second series of a Russian sort of semi-comedy, semi-drama, and I supplied, so a guy is sitting by the fountain, and I don't know if he's lovesick or whatever, but he sees this beautiful bird drinking out of the fountain, and then he shoots it, and it falls into the water, and I had to supply the bird. And it's amazing because the birds you use on films, you're not allowed to use the wild birds. So you have variegated canaries that look a lot like the particular wild birds that you want. And we had to get these canaries with no handlers to fly onto a particular part of the fountain, hop around a bit, eat something, and then get shot. No, of course, they didn't get shot. They just had to stand there, and then we put in a little dummy one and pull that off with a bit of fishing line. And the tension in the studio when we've got it all set up, I've arranged it so that it'll happen, and the tension in the studio because they're just rolling the camera and you're sitting there just waiting for these flipping canaries to go onto the fountain, and they hop onto the camera and they hop onto the floor and they walk about, but anyway, we did it. So if you see the Great and you see the bird getting shot, that's another of the Stampede Stunt Company animals. And the other one I'd like to mention, since I've talked about the horses on the beach, is the Jaguar advert, which I haven't actually seen pop up anywhere, although I do know it's about 5 horses running down the beach. And again, it was the same sketch as with the foals video, but we needed 5 people to set them off, 5 people to catch them. And it was a long shot as well, because this car was supposedly driving along as well. So it was a long shot. So Freddie was in the middle, running around, clapping his hands, trying to keep the energy up, because of course after 100 meters, they sort of, well, we've done it now, and then they sort of trot up to the buckets of feed that are waiting for them. They have to keep the energy up, and yeah, that was a big old thing. So if you'd like to go along to, oh, hello, Helen says the links haven't come through. No, I can see them here. Look, I'll show you. StampyStuntCompany.co. Oh, the invite link hasn't come through. Oh, crumbs. Okay, I'm going to copy that again. Right, here we go. Control V. I'll just pop that in there. And I'll just write it a second time to explain what it is, in case anybody doesn't know the format. To join in and ask a question or offer advice, please click the link. Thank you, Helen. Yeah, are we there? Morning, Chris. Morning, everybody. There we are, hoping that that's gone through. Can we see that? Has everybody managed to see the... Hello, the chat's gone off. What's going on? Did I do that? Maybe I did that. Oh, I inadvertently turned the comments off now. How do I get rid of that Stampede Stunt comment? It's all got a bit techno. So, there we are. Get rid of that. There we are. So, if you'd like to go along to Stampede, you'll see all the animals that we've got, and some of the jobs that we've done. We're getting quite a list of credits now for various animals, so we're quite chuffed about that. This, yeah, it's going quite well, and I would like to do more. I especially like it when we have a horse and a wolf, or a horse and we had the white horse and the white peacock for Harrod's photo shoot for the wedding magazine. And yeah, I like to mix up the animals and get them going, which was the whole point of this, me just having a chat while I get myself comfortable. So I was listening to, now there's a guy called Les Brown who I like. He's a motivational speaker, and he's got a little phrase, and it so applies to horses that I thought I'd save that for today's theme. And it whatever you want to do in life, or horses or whatever, the answer is yes. Right, it's ever so simple. The answer is yes. Then you go, yes, well, you know, people will say, oh, well, wouldn't it be marvelous to do this activity or that event? And you go, well, yes, you can do. And then the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse turn up, and that is would, well, I would, should, well, I should, could, and the worst one of all, but. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, and but. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Apocalypse. So the fact is, the answer is yes. If you break life down to be really simple, the answer is yes. What you would like to do, how would you would like to arrange your responsibilities and your duties, how you would like to outsource this bit or that bit, how you would like to prioritize for your own interests and your own exercise regimes, whether it's for you or the horse, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, it's your life, it's your horse, you know why you've done it, and the answer is yes. It's so simple. And then woulda, coulda, shoulda, and but usually turn up. Usually they turn up immediately afterwards, and the answer's like, why? You know, you're saying, well, why don't you go and do this event that you want to do? And they go, yes, comma, but. I haven't got the time. I haven't got that. And then there's the but. If we just stop at yes, then all the woulda, coulda, shoulda, and but that not only might come from your inner doubting, but might come from the people around you, all of that, just by stopping after the yes, turns into a series of small steps that you can get to do it. So that's the theme for today. If you'd like to take that with you, I'm taking it with me because I listened to it this morning and I thought that's absolutely spot on. The answer is yes. There we are. Okay, lovely. So we've got a guest. It's Kerry. Let's see what's happening. Hey,
Hello.
Kerry, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Lovely. Nice and clear. I like that. These are quite good, these, actually. So
Yeah.
I like them. Oh, I've got mine on the side. I'm left to right. I've got a mirror image. So as I look at my microphone there, I went to adjust it and it's not there.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. So what have you got? Have you got a question or advice?
So I had a question last week and I was going to join the show to ask you, but it's quite long-winded. So I actually did. I've been doing my own research on it because I've been struggling with my confidence with jumping.
Okay.
And I can actually say at what point I had a fall, and I can say that was the point that it started to go further and further downhill. And that was, I sort of knew that was the point that it happened, and I didn't quite know what to do about it. And I changed horse and things were sort of going okay, but I hit a certain height and then all the nerves, all the bad feelings, they were coming back again. And I found an advert on Facebook, and I know you've said the last couple of days about getting like a hypnosis session to erase those bad memories.
Yes.
So I found somebody, it was actually before you mentioned it, but I found somebody that was advertising that they do exactly that. And I spoke to her this week. And it turned out, well, I don't know yet, but I don't think it was actually the fall that I thought it was. I think it was a combination of falls. And it actually turns out that I've been holding a lot of anger and disappointment and shock from a fall that happened 20 odd years ago.
Really?
So we've worked through that. And then I'm going to have another session with her to work through sort of a couple of more recent falls that I've had. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, that will solve it.
Is the fall that was bothering you, that you originally went out, the worst consequences that you've suffered?
No.
It's amazing. It's amazing how often the people have suffered worse falls, more scary falls, more dreadful disasters, and then not carried the emotion with them.
Yeah, I had a fall
because they were younger.
I had a fall off a horse that spun and bolted.
Yeah.
And I couldn't walk for 4 days. Ended up in hospital. It was quite a bad fall. And
that's not the one.
Then I got on another. I had another horse after that spun and bolted with me, and all right, it was a little bit scary at the time, but it didn't bother me, and I still hacked her out, and I still did loads of things. I took her to sponsored rides and all sorts, and she was a bolter. I never got it completely out of her. I got it sort of to a manageable level, but I never got it completely out of her. And that didn't bother me at all. But yet, a jump where I came off and just slightly winded myself.
It's amazing. Our brains are so. This is such a great example. Our brains are so irrational that there's no really dealing with them other than accepting that they're irrational. That's why I'm not a big fan of searching for the cause. I just want to get it fixed. So if you've got one of these memories that's blocking you, please, I'm speaking to the audience now because you obviously know, just go along to your friendly hypnotherapist, and they'll just erase that. That's what they do. It's their bread and butter. 2, maybe 3 sessions, and it'll be done.
Yeah, and it was crazy as well that my memory of that fall, the one from 20 years ago, my memory of that fall was a horse trotting up to the jump and then stops in front of it.
Yeah.
And I come off the top and landed on the jump. And I mean, I'd forgotten about this fall until this woman kind of probed for more information, and then I remembered it. And that's how I remembered it. And that was my memory. But now I've spoken to this woman. She's sort of helped me deal with the emotion of it. And I now remember coming up to the jump, the horse stops, I fall off. But in my memory, it's a girl. It's not necessarily me, but it's a girl that falls off.
Yeah.
And she lands on the jump. And then she goes and gets back on and goes over it again.
Yeah.
But that bit had gone before.
Oh my word. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I can't explain how it worked or what it did, but I'm hoping that that's going to help me.
Are there subsequent sessions for you to go back for?
Yeah, I have. We've got one more booked to try and work through a couple of more recent falls that I've had.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So,
excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, absolutely marvelous. It's brilliant to hear that. I'm glad that you took my advice. There was a lady on, was it yesterday? Was it the day before? She'd had a fall, and actually the fall wasn't that bad, but the subsequent humiliation had really ironed it straight into her, and she was only a teenager at the time, and so she's quite vulnerable, and that was what had really cemented it in. So it's so strange, but it's nice to know that it's all surmountable. I'm very excited for you. Are you excited?
Yeah. Yeah, because I've got a really lovely horse. She tries her best for me, and I just feel like I'm letting her down because of the way that I get so tense. It seems to me like it's for no reason. There's no reason for it.
Oh, it is for no reason. There's no reason, as in reason and logic and all the high five. There's no reason when there's no reasoning with a insane part of your brain that just wants to run away from a polar bear. You just have to explain to it, there's no polar bears. We're only talking about riding around on horse. Lovely. Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you very much for sharing that. That was absolutely super. I'm very excited for you because this blockage is obviously going to go. You clearly know what you're doing. And yeah, it's going to be a super summer for you.
Hopefully, yeah.
Definitely. I can see that. Yeah. 10 out of 10. Top of the class to you for getting that. Super. Thanks for coming on and sharing that. Anything else before we go? There we go. Okay, lovely. How fascinating. Did you find that interesting? Those of us that are getting ourselves a block, it doesn't have to stay there. Super. Okay then, so just for the last time, I'll just put up the link. Be quick because I'm quite said my bit, and my bit is the answer is yes. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, and but just don't need to enter the conversation. So see how it goes. Adopt that attitude for the next future. See how it goes, and why not come on the show and share with us what you found. Super. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and I'll be here at 11 o'clock. Or sorry, I was late today. Hopefully, I'll be here just at 11 o'clock tomorrow. See you later.